Okay, what if I told you that you could find a seizure in a bottle? Sounds pretty intense, right? Well, we're about to crack open a medical text that's over a century old, and you're going to see the vivid and frankly kind of terrifying picture it paints of one single, very notorious substance.
So, our source material doesn't exactly ease us in. Nope, it starts with this, just a stark, clinical, and pretty alarming statement. Right off the bat, it frames this substance not as some gentle herb, but as a seriously powerful neurological trigger.
Okay, so what are we actually talking about here? The substance is called absinthium. That's the scientific name for common wormwood. Now, you probably know it as the, let's say, notorious key ingredient in the spirit absinthe. But its history as a medicinal plant, oh, that goes way, way back, and it's super complex.
And this page right here, this is our entire world for this little deep dive. Everything, and I mean everything, we're about to explore comes directly from this one single page. It's from a book called The Homeopathic Materium Medica. You can think of these books as historical encyclopedias of substances, detailing these really specific symptom pictures they were thought to either cause or, cure. We're not adding anything new. We're just unpacking the story that's told right on this page.
All right, let's get into it. First up, we're going to explore the effects on the mind and the nervous system. This is actually where the source itself begins. And wow, it is a dramatic place to start.
Really, the central theme here is just pure chaos. We're not talking about mild confusion or feeling a little out of it. No. The text paints this picture of a mind completely under siege. It's describing a total and violent breakdown of normal function.
I mean, just look at the sheer range of these symptoms. It goes way beyond just frightful visions and hallucinations. The text actually connects absinthium to kleptomania. That's an uncontrollable impulse to steal. And then there's a total loss of recent memory. It even throws in cerebral irritation, which was kind of a catch-all term for just severe agitation in the brain. All of it points to a mind in complete and utter disarray.
And then you get this line. The description of the personality shift is just chillingly short and to the point. See, it's not just about what a person sees or forgets, it's about who they become. And these 4 words, wants nothing to do with anybody, brutal. Man, that is just so powerful. It paints this incredibly stark picture of pure aggression and isolation.
Okay, but the effects described here don't just stop at the mind. Not even close. The text gives us this incredibly detailed head-to-toe catalog of all the supposed physical symptoms of absinthium.
So, starting right at the top with the head, we see symptoms that really line up with that initial epileptiform description. Remember, that means seizure-like. You've got vertigo, confusion, even a blue face, which suggests a lack of oxygen. And get this, the pupils are dilated unequally. That is a very, very specific clinical sign of serious neurological distress.
As we move down the body, the description just gets more and more intense. The jaws are fixed. The person bites their tongue. Again, this is classic imagery you'd associate with a convulsive seizure. And that's paired with some severe internal distress, a scalded sensation, nausea, retching, bloating. The body is, well, it's clearly in a state of total revolt.
You know, the level of detail here is just remarkable. The text doesn't just say, general pain. No, it gets as specific as darting pain in the right ovary. And then it makes this really extraordinary claim of linking the substance to premature menopause. I mean, think about that.
And finally, the description gets to the core of the body, the chest and the limbs. You've got this sensation of a weight on the chest, a tumultuous action of the heart, which sounds a lot like cardiac distress, and even paralytic symptoms. It really just completes this terrifying picture of total systemic failure.
But this document isn't just a laundry list of horrors. It also does something really important. It places absinthium within its medical context. It shows us how it was categorized, what its, let's say, dangerous relatives were, and even how it was supposed to be dosed.
See, a key part of these old medical texts was all about establishing relationships. To really understand one substance, you had to know what it was similar to, what it acted like. It was their way of, medically categorizing things.
And just look at what it's compared to. Okay, alcohol, that makes sense. But then you see hydrocyanic acid. That's a really potent poison. And cicuta, which you might know as water hemlock. So this tells you that absinthium wasn't just seen as a strong liquor. It was being categorized right alongside deadly toxins.
So what about the dose? The text recommends the 1 to 6 potency. Now, this is really specific language from homeopathy.
It refers to this process of serial dilution, basically watering it down over and over again. The idea was that you could hold on to the essence of the substance while getting rid of its physical toxicity.
All right, so after looking at the mental effects, the physical ones, and how it was categorized, what is the final portrait that this single page leaves us with?
Well, when you put all the pieces together, the picture is, well, it's undeniable. This is not a description of a gentle remedy. It is a vivid, intense depiction of a substance that they believed was capable of causing a complete and catastrophic breakdown of the human system. It is, quite literally, a seizure in a bottle.
And that really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? A document like this, it's so much more than just a list of old-fashioned symptoms. It's really a window into a completely different way of seeing ourselves. And it kind of forces us to ask, what can a 100-year-old medical text really reveal about how we once understood the super fragile link between our minds, our bodies, and the stuff we put into them?